that's because we are experiencing dangerous cold across many of the portions up north, especially across the Great Lakes. Minneapolis, this is the air temperature down to -3 degrees, 5 degrees over in Chicago's, and that's not even taking into consideration the wind chills. We have wind chills up to about 20 degrees less than the actual air temperature, whereas us here in Tampa, we're dealing with temperatures in the 80s. We tied our record high today of 83 degrees, but we're not quite out of the woods. That Arctic air is eventually going to make its way to us as we head into next week, Tuesday morning, with morning lows in the 30s. I'll tell you all about that, though, just ahead.
Thank you so much, Zuli. And don't forget, 8 is on your side no matter what the weather brings. You can track the latest forecast on our free Max Defender 8 app. And right now, large-scale protests are underway in Minneapolis after a man was shot and killed by federal agents 3 weeks after the Renee Good shooting. This cell phone video here shows a confrontation between federal law enforcement officers and that 37-year-old man who was holding a cell phone moments before he was shot and killed. You can see it right here. He was identified by his parents as Alex Preddy, an intensive care unit nurse who worked at the VA. DHS officials say he was shot after being armed with a gun while approaching them and violently resisting when they tried to disarm him. The Minneapolis mayor has called for the president to end his immigration enforcement operation in the city, and that shooting has caused the protests that were already happening in Minneapolis to grow. In response, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz has activated the National Guard to help keep the peace. The Trump administration has no plan so far to slow down enforcement efforts in Minneapolis following reports of fraud. And here at home, we are learning new details about a deadly shooting in St. Petersburg last night. Investigators say just before 6:30 p.m., 2 men tried to rob 2 other men who were parked in a vehicle on 22nd Lane South. The 2 in the vehicle were also armed and shot the other men. One of them was killed. The other is in critical condition. Police say this appears to be a self-defense shooting, and the investigation is ongoing. Pinellas County deputies have made an arrest in a crash that killed a pedestrian in Madeira Beach yesterday. Investigators say Vanessa Downs was driving her Jeep along 150th Avenue around 9 o'clock last night when she hit a 72-year-old man while he was in the crosswalk. He was taken to the hospital but did not survive. Detectives say Downs failed sobriety tests and was arrested on a DUI manslaughter charge. Hernando County Fire Rescue says a space heater is to blame for a fire that heavily damaged a home in Spring Hill. Just after 6:30 this morning, crews arrived at a home along the 4,000 block of Keys Avenue to find, look at this, flames burning through half the home. Whoa. The 2 people living there escaped on their own and were treated for smoke inhalation. Crews got that fire under control in about 30 minutes. And still ahead, while the holiday season is over, one Bay Area nonprofit continues to give back. Next at 6 o'clock, how Feeding Tampa Bay is stocking some Tampa area residents' fridge.
And a massive winter storm for many across the country, but near record temps across our area today. We will get in on some of that cold. I'll tell you all about that, though, just ahead.